Chameli plant, Indian jasmine, fragrance, growing tips, and medicinal uses. Are you looking for a plant that flowers and fragrances can linger around in your home? If yes, it is the Magro plant that will satisfy your requirements in the best way. Flowers have a positive outcome on the happiness and positivity of an individual. Magra, the king of fragrance and moonshine of the garden, increases connectivity with friends and family. Chameli, jasmine, is a small flower with tiny 5 petals and is a box of fragrances. It is commonly known as jasmine and is the most beautiful and fragrant flower in Asia. The flower is also known as Arabian jasmine, Jai, Jui, Chameli, Sayali, Kunda, Madanban, or Malika. This flower is considered the favorite flower of Goddess Lakshmi and Lord Vishnu. Before going into the video, we've just printed more copies of what is probably the best plant medicine book ever written, The Lost Book of Herbal Remedies. You'll find 800 plus beneficial plants and remedies in The Lost Book of Herbal Remedies, how-to recipes of tinctures, teas, decoctions, essential oils, syrups, salves, poultices, infusions, and many other natural remedies that our grandparents used for centuries. What's also special about this book is that it has between 2 and 4 color pictures for each plant and detailed identification guidelines to make sure you've got the right plant. So get your copy by clicking the first link in our description. Now let's get into today's video. Varieties of Chameli flowers. Jasmine is cultivated worldwide. There are more than 200 species of this plant. Commonly, the flower is white. But there are variants. Some varieties bear pink and yellow-colored flowers. It is interesting to know that some of them can be grown indoors as climbers too. How and where to grow Chameli flowers in India? In India, Tamil Nadu holds the #1 position in being the highest producer of jasmine. From Tamil Nadu, the flowers are exported to countries like Malaysia, Sri Lanka, Middle East countries, and Singapore. In Tamil Nadu, districts like Salem, Tirunelveli, Dindigul, Trichy, Madurai, and Virudunagar are the highest producers of jasmine. Magra grows propagation using the stem cuttings of an old plant. This cutting can grow in pots and ideally during the rainy season. A planted Magra will survive for about 10 to 15 years. The best time to plant it in India is during the monsoon. It has to be planted in rows 75 centimeters apart and with a space of 1 millimeter between the two. Can Chameli be grown both indoors and outdoors? Chameli plant can be grown both indoors and outdoors. Indoor jasmine plants actually grow well when placed outdoors for sunlight. If grown indoors, it has to be placed close to a south-facing window. Indoor jasmine generally tends to be climbers. Hence, they need good support for their excellent growth. Can Chameli be grown in the pot? Yes, Chameli can be grown in the pot. The pot should ideally provide a large hole for water to drain out and several small holes too. The evenly moist soil is preferred by jasmine. Hence terracotta or clay pots should be avoided, especially during harsh summer months. Chameli growing tips. Chameli flowers cultivation is known since time immemorial. Generally, it thrives well in well-drained, sandy loam soil which has a good organic matter in it. The best climatic condition for the cultivation of jasmine is a warm summer with a good water supply, humid conditions, and sunny days. Ideal soil for Chameli. For successful cultivation, jasmine needs rich soil with organic matter that is fast draining. The soil should have slightly acidic organic matter. The mix should not have the regular garden soil in it. A houseplant mix can be prepared at home or it can be purchased from outside. A mixture of peat moss, perlite, and coir extracted from coconut plants must be used to make a fertile organic mix. Sun/temperature requirement: if grown in containers or pots, jasmine needs dappled sunlight or the early morning sun and partial shade in the afternoon hours. In the winter months, jasmine grows best with more sun. If it is a freshly potted plant, it has to be placed in bright and indirect light for a few days. It is advisable to avoid direct sunlight as that can damage the plant. For jasmine to grow well, at least 6 hours of sunlight a day is a must. Water: jasmine demands excess water supply. Watering is essential until the water seeps out of the drainage holes. Water should not collect in the drip tray as it will cause waterlogging of the soil. In summer, jasmine needs more water supply. Fertilizer: from March to November, fertilizer should be applied once a month. During winters, fertilizer should be avoided. Medicinal uses of Chameli. Chameli is an excellent plant with medicinal values. Ayurvedic medicines use the chameli flower as a common ingredient in all their medicinal preparations. The plant extracts contain salicylic acid, resins, glycoside, flavonoid, terpenes, and tannin. The jasmine plant possesses anti-inflammatory, antifungal, antioxidant, and antibacterial properties. It is an antidepressant, aphrodisiac, expectorant, antiseptic, antispasmodic, sedative, and galactagogue. The medicinal uses of the chameli plant and its parts are: 1. Flowers: magra flowers are frequently used for deworming purposes. The flowers can be effective against jaundice and bacterial diseases. The buds, in fact, are effective against the treatment of ulcers, eye disorders, and many skin diseases. 2. Leaves: the leaves of the magra plant are used against acne and wounds as they have antiseptic properties. The herbal tea prepared from leaves is helpful in curing cancer. The extract obtained from the leaves can stop breast cancer. 3. Jasmine is used in the preparation of perfumes and incense sticks. It is also used in the preparation of creams, soaps, and shampoos. Magra is considered an excellent skin conditioner as well as toner. 4. Jasmine oil is a stimulant and aphrodisiac. It is used to relax the mental status and improve mental alertness. Chameli is used as home remedies for 1. Treating acne, cuts, and multiple wounds and scars which we encounter throughout our day-to-day life. Juice of ground flowers is effective for this purpose. 2. Infusion of young leaves and roots is effective against curing gallstones and controlling diabetes. 3. Jasmine flowers are also effective in eradicating irritation and inflammation from the eyes when they are used along with water to wash eyes. Magra is incomparable with any other flower and is well respected for its value. And don't forget to check out the Lost Book of Herbal Remedies book, where you'll find 800 plus beneficial plants and remedies on how to recipes of tinctures, teas, decoctions, essential oils, syrups, salves, poultices, infusions, and many other natural remedies that our grandparents used for centuries. What's also special about this book is that it has between 2 and 4 color pictures for each plant and detailed identification guidelines to make sure you've got the right plant. So get your copy by clicking the first link in our description.